Giving you the most important blowout tutorial to ever cross your feet. Buckle up because we are going in depth and we're putting an end to some common blowout mistakes. First up, we're prepping damp hair. I love a blow dry styling spray. You can also just use a leave-in with heat protectant. Never skip a volumizing mousse. Color Wow XL is amazing because it's just really lightweight, like you don't feel it. It's great for newbies, but if you want to go more heavy duty for something with more volume, go for it. Massage this into your scalp, and then I like to take the rest of the product and run it through my strands. Very little here. Now a blow dry, focusing on the roots, and I like to brush the hair up. We're adding the volume from the start. You can also flip your head upside down, but I like the tension that a brush gives. Make sure you have alligator clips handy, and we're gonna start on the very front section of hair, or your bangs if you have them. Running my Dyson along the roots to make sure those are super dry, and then curling my curtain bangs towards my face. For my girls without curtain bangs, I actually prefer to curl away from my face, but it's up to you. I'm always feeling for the temperature of the hair, so once it's hot to the touch, I know to do a cool shot, and once it's cooled down a bit, I take it out. Wrapping that up in the same direction I curled and pinning it. Grab a few inches behind that section, and then watch how I brush this up super tight and taut, holding the hair as I go in with the Dyson to make sure this wrap is super tight and smooth. One of the biggest mistakes I see is letting the air just pull the hair around the barrel like a tornado, and that's how you get wrinkles and crinkles. You want to let the end wrap around really tight, help any stragglers along the way, and then continue wrapping tight while pulling up at the root. So the non-bang sections are curled away from my face. Moving on to the sides, we're curling underneath. Again, pay close attention to my hand placement, the way I'm holding the hair up, and as I roll tightly, I'm still pulling up at the root. Once the hair is cooled, I'm turning off the Dyson, sliding it out, and then adding a pin. And this is the 50-50 blowout method, so we're only pinning the top half of our hair. This is gonna be where the curl is and where the volume is. You can totally do this with a curling iron. Just make sure your hair is fully dry and make sure you're pinning way up there at the root. So now for the bottom half, this we can fly through, still brush every strand, and I like to curl it towards my face. I hope you noticed for the top section, we were always holding the Dyson horizontal, but for this lower section, we're not as focused on the root, so you can hold it vertical. My ear always feels like it's gonna fall off at this point. And same thing goes, brushing the hair before curling and letting it cool as much as possible before releasing. Always recommended to wait as long as possible before taking these out. I only had like 5 minutes. Look at the volume, crazy. And if you're looking at me crazy, like I don't want my hair that big and that curly, it's gonna naturally fall out and we're gonna work some magic. So I like to brush the bangs and roots back. This just helps with volume, but I don't brush my ends because my hair naturally falls really easily because it's heavy. But if you have the opposite problem, go ahead, brush them out. Now, this step is optional, but because I have short curtain bangs, I need to put them into place. Hold the curling iron very horizontal, starting at the root, and I do kind of like a loose grip, pulling and angling away from my face, and you get this gorgeous swoop. And for a more dramatic swoop, you can pull the bang across your forehead before doing the motion. Another optional step, but it's a must for me, a texturizing spray, keeping this in my roots and my bangs. This just helps everything to like sit perfectly. And if you want this to last all week, overnight blowout. I have so many of those tutorials. Drop your questions below, and please tag me in your blowouts.